Well, hi.
Simon, you have a tie on.
I have a tie on. Yes,
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's wonderful.
well, I have a suit on even. I'm wearing a suit.
Bella Maestro.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I saw the photographs of you arriving, and it looked as though you had a lot of fun before the masterclass.
Oh, yes. Well, I've been very well looked after, and
Yeah.
not too many complaints yet. I have to keep it. No, no. Tina's been more than the hospitality is unparalleled.
Really.
I've been very spoiled as well, and it's very nice. It's a busy day, but I like busy. I like.
Yeah, more people are showing up later. He's giving a concert for us at 5:00. We're so excited. That's what Tina was saying. Look how gorgeous she looks. I feel like she's with us. Look at her. She's all dressed.
But Simon, now tell me about this masterclass. Do you do that very often? That you give masterclasses?
Yes, I love to pass on all my bad habits to unsuspecting younger people and older people. I mean, it's really nice. Music is music, and Tina's fantastic. She has such a diversity of age groups, which is really wonderful in students. And she's got people starting again, having not played for years, and her supposed beginners that had only been playing for a year were very developed and
Really.
and I like the fact that people stayed around to listen to each other, because much of what I've always said all my life, keep doing these classes and just joining the dots and realizing the similarities of musical devices and effects and technical methods that apply to so many different pieces by the different composers. It's not a case of, for this piece you have to do this, for this piece you have to do that. That from a pianistic point of view, a lot of it is just simple using your ears and simple musicality that I know you and I spoke of in our interview. So it was nice that people learned from what I'd said to other students earlier on, and then they adapted, and it saved time because I didn't have to say, well, hey, guess what I'm going to say. It was like they went to level higher before I commented, and they all seemed to, I don't know, take note of what I was suggesting, which was very sweet of them. I mean, no one argued too much about it.
Well, you heard the feedback. You heard them. They're just
they were all, and somebody they mentioned that she took notes of every, of even the other people that you spoke to.
That's very sweet.
Yes.
But I'm thinking now, because they were younger students or younger pianists, and I was thinking while I was talking to them how wonderful, because I think it's when you're younger and you go to one music teacher and it's almost that way of doing it, and then suddenly you get to have a professional pianist, concert pianist, talk to you. I mean, you are now sort of somebody that they can look up to, and you've done it all.
Well, I've just been around a long time. So I've been lucky I didn't talk much today, but I always make a point, as you know, of the wonderful musicians, not just pianists, I've been lucky to learn from. And it's, to have a good piano teacher, that person doesn't necessarily have to be a pianist, and can just be a good person you respect to look up to in life, and mentor, and that's all part of being a musician, as we know, is having an appreciation and knowledge and love of and awareness of the arts and other things around us, and it's I wish, I mean, as we said, you and I said, I wish music was more taught more in schools and was more integrated into the repertoire and the syllabus of all children all over the world, not just certain countries. And so I get very, I mean, Tina had to ring the doorbell to tell me when my time is up, because I get really into the music, and but also more into, I hope, helping the individual concerned, so that I'm not just saying, well, I'm going to say the same old rubbish I said to the last person, but making them, I hope, within their technical means, adapt and change a little something that they can then run with when our time is up. And I didn't do so many master classes when I was younger, but I do remember my first ever class was with Bernard Roberts, wonderful pianist, and I played him the Beethoven Andante Favori, and he it was like another. I mean, I loved learning the piece with my then teacher, but to have someone else who my teacher had said, no, you'll do well playing to this man, and he just sort of unblocked my ears. It really was like a new chapter of, oh wow, gosh, and that's just out of this piece, and then that of course has a percolation effect down to other pieces of Beethoven in that case, or everything gets affected in a good way from, I hope, from what I was saying and what this man said to me, and so yeah.
But do you think
back to his fans, by the way, pretty soon?
Oh yeah,
they're wondering where he went.
I got to talk to him.
Okay, but I just want to ask you something. As I spoke to a young pianist the other day, and he said that now in this time where there are so many pianists out, trying to make a living and so on, how important it is to be yourself, and how important it is to have your own personality and stamp on your artistry. And is that also something that in a masterclass, I'm sure you teach technique and so on, but how much do you encourage this individuality in young, especially in young pianists who are very much into the competition thing and so on?
Well, I'd love to. Yes, I mean, you listen and see what the best use of, in this case, I like to give like half an hour to each student. So you think, what's the most beneficial thing to say in that half an hour that will cover the most areas of improvement? So, but I wouldn't work on someone's individual approach. Well, I do and I don't. I mean, it depends on their standard. I mean, there's some ladies that played who I would say, what do you think about that? I mean, I always make sure they like the sound or they like what I'm suggesting, and make them involved. And you throw out little things like, is that comfortable? Do you believe in this? Do you? And hopefully they'll say yes. And so that, I hope, is creating an individual sort of tailor-made interpretation for the person in question. And that's what I like from teachers. And talking of dear Alexis Weissenberg, as we did, he taught me and he didn't teach me, in that he didn't, very unconventional sense. He worked out, he taught me within how I thought things through. He knew that I didn't agree with his, not fiercely disagree, but I didn't play Bach the same way as him. I didn't, and he sort of said he could hear how I wanted to play things. He'd make technical suggestions, and I'd say, "Oh, right, thanks. I didn't realize that." Or, so he let me be an individual person. He didn't want me to sound like him, and I don't want pianists to sound like me necessarily. I want everyone to just open their ears and listen more, because he always said it's all about the ears. Your facility and fingers can be amazing, but it's how well you listen. And I think that applies to all aspects of the world right now. So not just music.
So, Maestro, we have to get to your fans.
Okay. Simon, I just want to say thank you so much for your time and for talking to me again.
It's lovely. We'll do that. I'm happy to chat once I'm back home.
Yeah.
If you want to, we'll set up something. Yeah.
We might play forehands later. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I'm very busy right now. No, Tina's keeping me busy. It's nice. We must. Do we have a duet to play? Definitely. Yeah.
But Simon, we'll catch up when you're back home, and we'll have a nice chat about all your wonderful things. Yeah. Okay.
Nice to see, and thank you for this. It was sort of unexpected.
We both came up with the idea.
Yeah, so I'm glad you're on top.
Yeah, that is so.
She's a whirlwind of goodness in this country.
But
so,
it is, and people who know her all say such lovely things about her. So
She
it's
plays it
wonderful.
as well, doesn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely to see you, Petra.
Well, have a lovely
We
concert.
wish you were here. We wish you were
Yeah,
here
I
with
wish
us.
too. I wish that too. Okay.
Hopefully in the future it will happen.
I'll come back to Vienna. That'd be nice. We'll
Yeah,
come
me
to-
too.
Yes, Simon, come to Vienna.
Me
Okay.
too.
We'll
Me
make it
too.
happen.
Yeah.
All right.
We've said it here, and it will come true.
Yes.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
Hooray. I'll live for that. That's great. Oh,
Yeah,
good
okay.
to see you. All right.
Thanks, Petra.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao.
Arrivederci.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Tina.
much. Petra,
Yes.
you had a master. Here's some of the candidates that took a lesson.
Hi.
Candidates that took a lesson. The master class just finished. What was your experience?
Oh, it was absolutely wonderful.
Like this?
Tell me about this masterclass.
Well, I'd never been to a master class before, so I basically listened to what Simon had to say with all the other students, and I really took it to heart, because even though it wasn't my piece that he was teaching, he taught like technique on how to use the body, how to use the arms, how to use the dynamics. It was just one.
You flew in from San Diego.
Yeah,
She flew in from
three of us
San
here.
Diego to attend
Yeah.
Simon's master class.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So,
And Mimi also.
Yes, I'm from Florida. I normally play with Tina, but
Yeah.
masterclass is great. He really gave a lot of pointers. So he's something else.
No, this one.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. It's the movement of
The approach.
the approach and how to really tackle and know. He is really something. I used to have a piano teacher before, and they would never teach me those type of things.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to hear.
So, also ich war richtig nervös zuerst, aber dann, also ich habe so für die erste Minute gespielt und dann war einfach alles viel einfacher. Und,
Yeah.
der hat mir richtig viel gezeigt.
The question. He's one of my students. He's 13 years old,
Yeah.
and he just started lessons a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, and he played Beethoven's Fürlies today, the original, not simplified arrangement, and it was incredible experience for him to play in Simon Mulligan's masterclass.
Yeah. Of course.
You're taking lessons. Yes.
Yeah.
And he plays Beethoven, Brahms, Bach, Schubert. So we have the piano technician here. He's
Okay.
tuning up the piano for Simon's concert, because at 5 o'clock Simon's going to give us a concert.
Yeah.
So there's a
Okay.
break between the master class and you look gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You too.
So there's our Steinway technician.
Oh,
There's Kevin, our Steinway technician.
Kevin.
Getting the piano
I can't
ready.
help it. I have to touch up a few.
Hello. Megan.
Yes, I'm Megan. Hi.
Hi, Megan. So what did you learn?
It's like every piece that he would work on, he kept saying the same things because
Yeah.
it's base work things that can be applied to any piece you're playing. So even though he was working on specific pieces with specific people, I was taking notes the whole time, and I'm gonna incorporate all of those tips into my playing and also my students' playing because I am a piano teacher.
Oh, are you a teacher? And tell me about your students. How old are your students?
The youngest is 5, and
Yeah.
well, my daughter is 3, so she's kind of my student too. And then the oldest is an adult.
Okay. So now you are teaching younger students, and do you think if you teach them these things that you've learned at the masterclass, that they would benefit from it at a
Absolutely.
young age already? Really? Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. And knowledge just gets passed on from teacher to student to student to student throughout the generations.
Look, Petra, look all the food we have. We wish you were here.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we wish you were here, Petra.
Yeah. I wish that too.
We have lots of food.
Is
And
it-
look, Simon has his CDs. Everybody's buying
Oh, wow. Yeah.
CDs. And we have an open bar.
Yeah.
We have a bar here. Hi. Hi.
You gonna be playing today?
This is from Austria. Everyone say hi.
Hi.
Petra from Austria. She's interviewing us.
Hi.
This is